Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Chidi Aso Takes for the match preview between Aston Villa and Chelsea Football Club. Now, I hope you guys are feeling better after that game on Sunday. Took Monday to really come back to reality. We lost the game against Arsenal. Excuse me, right there. Ooh, we lost the game against Arsenal, and now we get to face uh, Aston Villa. Now, one thing I've noticed is that since that game against Arsenal, the coach has come out to deliver some team news and, of course, his match preview. So he has confirmed that Cole Palmer and Reece James are both fine to play the game against Arsenal and Aston Villa. And for some reason, that match preview was done on Monday. That's 2 days before the game. So I think that's his own style. I've noticed. But besides that, Marco Corella and Esteval are currently trying to come back. Now, he said he's not sure if Cucurella will be available for the game against Aston Villa, but I'm thinking most likely he should be available for that game against Aston Villa. Remember in that game, Palmer, he went down, briefly because he had like a knock, and everybody was uh, wondering what's going on, but apparently it was just a knock and nothing really serious because we need Palmer to get back on track. We need Palmer to become the guy that we saw in that first season when he started playing for Chelsea. And not apart from that, we want him to be the guy that we also saw play in the second season when he was just banging in goals. So far this season, he has not been very, very great. I know the injuries have not really helped out. However, in games that we have seen him start or come in as a substitute, I felt like he could do a little bit more. And that's why this game against Aston Villa is very, very important because, we just need to make sure that we win our games moving forward. We lost the game against Arsenal. Arsenal is the better side. We cannot compete against Arsenal right now. Forget about all the questionable challenges, all the shenanigans that was happening in the 18-yard box, everything that we saw, the no calls, the penalties that was not given. I mean, it's a lot that you can talk about, but that's the past now. That's gone. We need to focus on this game. One good thing happened today, in the game between Wolves and Liverpool. Wolves ended up beating Liverpool. What that means is that Liverpool remains at 48 points, and remember, Liverpool is at +9 goal difference. So Chelsea can actually go back on the top five if we're able to go in tomorrow and beat Aston Villa. I think we can beat Aston Villa. They've not been in a very, very good stride so far. Lately in their games, they've been losing games lately. They lost to Wolves, the same team that just beat Liverpool today. Okay, they played 1-1 to Leeds. And before then, they lost at home to Newcastle. Their last win was against, I think it was against, what was it? I think it was against, hold on, let me, Brighton. It was against Brighton that they won the game. But before then, they've been losing games and drawing. So I believe we can beat them tomorrow. We just need to have these boys concentrate for the full 90, 100 minutes. I don't care how many minutes extra time. Okay. So going to this game tomorrow, I know after the game on Sunday, the boys should have spent some time to talk with the coach. And the coach would, I hope he would have drilled some messages into them regarding this discipline. That's what's been going on around in the social media, in the blogs, the news media. Everybody talk about Chelsea's indiscipline, and that is what is costing us a lots of games. We've drawn and lost several games because of indiscipline. When players, take when players don't calm down either to speak to the referee or allow the captain to speak to the referee, they get booked for silly little things, and that reminds me, by the way, the game against Arsenal. Come to think of it, when if you look at the video that was played back when he got the yellow card, that was Pedro Neto. It appears he didn't even know that he had a yellow card already, because clearly he was talking to Reece James when the referee lifted his hand for the yellow, and he was clearly not even looking at the referee. So I can understand that. I'm not saying it's a good thing. All right. I'm not saying it's a good thing, but it clearly seems he did not know that he had the yellow card, and that's why he made that tackle against Martinelli. All right. But moving forward, what that means is that he is not going to be available for the game against Aston Villa. That means Ganacho is going to be the man to come up. Now, I don't even know if Ganacho is ready for that. What I suppose is that the coach might make some changes, maybe start somebody else instead of Ganacho. I don't know if Esteval is going to start, but we'll see what happens tomorrow. So the table is getting a little bit tighter in the top five race, the race for Champions League. I think it's going to be five English clubs, most likely six, because I've looked at certain games and I'll be like, okay, I believe one English club is going to win the Champions League, and that might open the opportunity for six English clubs to go to the Champions League. All right, so I'm looking at the table now. It's getting tighter. Manchester United, they've been very, very good. They had 51 points, followed by Aston Villa, the same 51 points. Liverpool 48 and Chelsea at 45. So we definitely need to win that game tomorrow. Talk about who I expect to start the game tomorrow. I think the game, the players or the lineup for the last game against Arsenal, I thought it was very, very good. Hato did a good job. Rhys James was exceptional as usual. And of course, we had players like Santos, who was a little bit quiet. Caicedo was, definitely a masterclass as usual. But in the attack, we had he had Pedro Neto, who got that silly red card, or that silly second yellow card, and then a red card, and Cole Palmer and João Pedro with Enzo Fernandez completing that aspect. So going to the game tomorrow, I really think the coach needs to, like he said, he wants to make sure he brings in players that he trusts, and I mean players that when we are in a situation that uh, deserves a cool-headed, approach. He wants those kind of players to come in at that time. Okay. Obviously, we know that whenever Chelsea is on the back end, we are being pressurized. Cool heads, we don't have a lot of players in that team that have cool heads or that have the maturity to either calm down, find ways to either talk to the referee in a better way. Think about the reaction from Enzo Fernandez when the whistle was blown against the Chelsea attack, and he just slammed the ball. Now, those kind of things get you a yellow card. Now, if you have the ball and the referee blows and you are frustrated at that moment, there's nothing wrong in holding the ball tight and say, "Oh Lord, what is this?" I'd rather you do that than slamming the ball on the ground. That shows a reaction. But if you hold the ball and squeeze it tight and say, "What is this?" Now that's a little bit better. I think that's better. Okay, they can do nothing about that. All right, so I expect the coach to start with almost the same lineup. And the only difference is we're probably not going to have Fofana and, of course, Pedro Neto, which means that most likely Cucurella may not start. So Hato definitely is going to start that game. Sarr and Chaloba might pair again. I thought Sarr did very, very well in that game against Arsenal, young guy coming into play in such a game, but you got to give it to him. He's already a champion. He's an African champion. His team, Senegal, won the African Nations Cup. So he's a champion. He's played with other big lads, okay? And it's not easy playing in those kind of tournaments, if you know what I mean. But I expect Reece James to start this game and still have the same Caicedo, Santos, and Fernandez right there in the midfield. Now, I won't be surprised because Neto is not available. I won't be surprised if he tweaks it a little bit and starts Romeo Lavia with Santos and Caicedo, and then he's gonna let Enzo Fernandez, Palma, and Jao Pedro go go up front. I think he's gonna probably do something like that. But let me know what you think about that lineup. What's your own lineup? All right. Any other thing that we need to talk about is Jamie Giddens. I think he mentioned that Jamie Giddens is progressing well with his rehab injury. You know, he has been injured for some time now. There's no timeline when he's going to come back, but it looks like the treatment is going very very well. But besides that, I just want Chelsea to win because we've not won a game since the last three games. We've only had 2 points out of possible 9 points. That's seven points lost right there. Think about it. If we had won those two games between against Leeds and Burnley, we wouldn't be where we are right now today. Okay, because that's 6 points right there. All right, that's 6 points, and add to the 2 points, we would have been at 49 points right there, a little bit above Liverpool, who would have been fifth position right now. But our carelessness, loss in concentration, and just this young lads who cannot just hold their emotions when the peak of the game is going on. So tomorrow it's a definite must-win game. We must make sure we go ahead and beat Aston Villa and increase our chances again for qualifying for the Champions League. All right. So this is going to be a short video. Let me know what you think about all this. What do you think the final score will be between the game against Aston Villa and Chelsea? I'm predicting Chelsea is going to go there and beat Aston Villa uh, 2 goals to 4. Okay, we're gonna win by 4 goals. They're probably gonna score 2 goals because they're playing at home. They've been playing very well. But I think we're gonna win the game by 4 goals to 2. But let me know what you think your own scoreline will be. And moving forward, what do you think should be the kind of punishment for the lads who misbehave and pick up a yellow card or pick up two red cards in a game and cost us a game? What do you think should be the punishment? The coach hinted at not starting them in the first team lineup. If they continue that way, I think is a good thing. You have to be able to send a strong message to the lads regarding take picking up this yellow card. But hey, let me know in the comments what you guys think about this so far. And if you're not yet subscribed, please do us a favor. Like the channel, subscribe, share, follow us for this content that we try to produce, at least once or twice in a week. For now, enjoy the rest of your day and good luck, Chelsea, tomorrow.